If you were starting over right now, you were back in the trenches, and you were, and maybe not just you, because maybe it's a little different for you because you have so much credibility. If you were teaching someone and you were coaching someone right now, whether they're brand new or they've been in for a year or two, and let's say it's someone who hasn't had massive success yet, but they want to. They really want to. And now they're not just talking about it, right? It's not just talk. They're like, okay, and now I'm going to stick to the income producing activities. Darren, I am super coachable. I'm so teachable. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Darren, coach me. Tell me what I need to do to create that wave of momentum.
You know, Rob, that's great. And even you saying that, I mean, I didn't get that in my first 7 years. I was like, I don't need to have a coach. I don't need to really go have a bunch of mentors because I can figure this thing out myself, which now, you know, I know you and I, we both spent a massive amount of money in coaches and mentors and courses. Because why would we spend, for example, why would I spend, how many years were you in the industry, Rob?
Since 2008.
Since 2008. Okay. So why would I spend all those years trying to figure out what to do right when I can pay you, hire you to coach me and shave years off my learning curve, right? When I can buy a course. And I remember I've spent multiple six figures over the last several years, whether it's learning digital media, social media marketing, network marketing coaches when I was in the field, 28 years as a distributor. And I would have people that didn't know any better going, why would you do that? And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you do that? If you want to go slow, don't do that. Go figure it out. Take the years and invest all that money. But if you're coming to me and knowing what I know now, what I would do, because it takes about 90 days to figure out what the heck you got into anyway. It takes about a year to learn the basics, takes another year to get really good at the basics. And that's just reality. Now, can you compress time frames? Success compression. Yeah, you could do that. And that was my mindset. If I was starting over right now, or you came to me and you've never been in network marketing or direct sales, and I would say, well, if you're going to be bad before you're good, my thing was I want to hurry up and get it out of the way. Every great network marketer was a lousy network marketer in the beginning. And so when people get started, their knowledge is high, but their excitement is high, but their knowledge is low. I would go out and just do AOMA, AOMA. All out massive activity. Anytime that I've gone to a different level in my life and in my business, it's because I finally believe that I could, first of all, right? That's really important. A lot of times the enemy is the inner me. It's that law of the lid. It's you never get past your self-imposed limitations. It's not so much what's going on around you, is what's going on inside of you. Everything you've ever wanted is this far away. So if you take your fingers and you do this, it's right here. So first thing I would do is work on your mindset. Going, listen, you've got to block the negative. You've got to fuel the positive. You got to think about what you're thinking about. And I would really take you through a process, because the philosophy, your filters between your ears, if we don't change that, then you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. Anything and everything you ever achieve, you will achieve in your head first. You have to see it here before you ever see it in reality. And your attitude and your mindset is going to determine your behaviors. And your behaviors are going to determine your results. So we work on that, give you a plan and a strategy. Then what we would do is I would share with you, listen, if you're not having the success that you want or you feel like you deserve, I used to say either you're not doing something enough or you're not doing something right. But it actually could be both. So that's why it's important to have the right mentors in your life, because if you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're not doing it right, you could make a couple little tweaks. And a lot of times you will find just like a 10% increase in those skills or 20% increase in that skill set can have multiple rewards over a period of time. So I would help you with a game plan. I would say, hey, Rob, listen, let's set up a 90-day, just all out run. And we have to remember too, 80% of the production comes from brand new people. And the longer we're in the business, the more we tend to forget that, because we become personal development, gurus. We become coaches, even though we're still building in the field. We become compensation plan experts. We know all the ingredients and all the science. And as soon as someone asks us something, we verbally vomit all over that person. That's not duplicatable. So remember, when people look at us, when they look at you and you're bringing them into the business, if you're sharing your products or your services or your business, they're asking themselves, can I do what you do? Do I want to do what you do? Do I have time to do what you do? And do I want to do to my friends, family, and neighbors what you just did to me? So make sure it's extremely simple. Basics create a big business in network marketing. Fancy destroys your business. So we would talk about how much time do you have to work your business? And Rob, I'm sure you've seen this just like I have. There's people, when I say go all out for 90 days, go all out, go full time with the time that you have to build your business.
Yeah.
5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week. I don't mean you quit your job and, do all these crazy things, because that's one of the worst things you can do is quit your job too soon. But you and I have seen people that have 10 hours a week that outperform people that say they're full-time, because they're really not full-time. They may be full-time because they quit their job too soon or they can't find a job, but it doesn't mean they do full-time activity. But then I've had people that go, look, I only have 10 hours a week, and I'm a single mom and I've got several children. And I run, this is a perfect example. Single mom, 3 kids, all in cheer, came onto the team back when I was building in the field, never done this before. And she was coachable. She was willing to work whatever it took. She's like, those are my girls. Mom, you don't mess with, a Bears Cubs, right? She's like, I will do whatever it takes to make sure they have the best life that they possibly can. And so she was coachable. She was willing to put in the work. She had massive desire. And she had a company with like 20, 30 employees. So talking about excuses, she could have used them as an excuse, but instead she used them as a reason. That was her reason, not her excuse. And we came up with a plan. We helped her with the right mindset. We communicated consistently and constantly, because the more communication you have, the more money you'll make. And we came up with a plan, and she rolled out, she did the activity. And remember, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. It's okay. You're writing chapters in your book. Like if I came on here today and I go, hey, listen, everybody, I'm not sure what's wrong with all of you, but I got in. Everyone I talked to said yes. They all rank advanced. We all went straight to the top of the company. You would stop watching right now. But when you hear all of my stories, how I failed over and over and over again, people come to me and go, Darren, you don't understand. People are rejecting me. People are saying no. People are stealing my product. I've got a bunch of people doing nothing. And I would say, look, if my check is bigger than your check, the only difference is I have more people doing nothing than you do. So if you want some more people doing something, you need more people doing nothing. Well, Darren, you don't understand. This is back when we weren't doing virtual stuff. I went to a party, one person showed up. I'm like, yeah, I went 3.5 hours one way, and the person doing the party didn't show up. Then I had to drive all the way back home.
The good old days.
The good old days. So you're sharing stories. You're writing chapters in your book because that's relatable. People want real. They want you to be authentic. So have fun, lighten up in your sales, brighten up. I would help you with your attitude, help you with your mindset. We would lay out a 90-day strategy and then make every single minute count. And then we would teach you how to do that.